Hey everybody, thanks for checking out my first YouTube video for the year. I hope everyone had a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, but we are now in the month of February, which means it is time to get the fishing season kicked off. I wanted to drop a video here and kind of let you guys know what I'm fishing this year, why I'm fishing the circuits that I'm fishing, and then I also have a fresh new box of baits from GSM Outdoors. I've got products from Bill Lewis Lures, Buckeye Lures, Big Bite Baits, some Cuda brand fishing accessories, as well as some Dobyns accessories that I would like to go through with you guys, kind of let you guys know how I'm planning on these baits tying into my tournament season. And then I also have some fresh new products that I'm going to be seeing for the first time that I would like to share with you guys and let you guys know what my first impression is, as well as see what you guys think about them as well. So I'll start by kind of going over when I'm fishing for the year. The last few years I fished a lot of Major League Fishing, invitationals, Toyota Series, BFLs, things of that nature. But this year, I'm going to go all in on the Bassmaster Opens. I'm going to fish the Division II. It's the closest thing to my house, and I'm really looking forward to fishing those. Like I said, I had a great time fishing MLF events. I think they are an excellent ran tournament. The staff, the way they're ran, everything is flawless, awesome. But there's just one thing I just, not the biggest fan of, and it's the split forward-facing sonar format. The 3-hour rule, I just can't really kind of get over that. It has nothing to do with integrity of the anglers cheating or anything like that. It just has more to do with breaking up my day and having to find 2 or 3 different patterns that are going to work, and then trying to fit that all into a day of tournament fishing. So might reevaluate for next year. I might be right back fishing them. Like I said, nothing against MLF. I just don't like the format. I really like how the Bassmaster Opens did it. That way, looking at the schedule, I'm able to order some awesome products for it and plan ahead of time based on what I know I'm going to be doing as far as being able to use forward facing or not use it. So like I said, have nothing against forward facing sonar. I've really learned a lot about the last 3, 4, 5 years. Really love using it. And then I also appreciate the old school style of fishing without it. So I really like how Bassmaster did that. So I'm going to be going all in on the Bassmaster Opens. And then this year, I'm also going to be fishing a lot of stuff here locally. Me and my tournament partner will fish a lot of buddy circuits here in the summer, Stockton, Truman Lake, probably go to Lake of the Ozarks, Grand, Table Rock as well, and fish some of the circuits. We've got a circuit here called the Ozark Mountain Team Trail that's going to be giving away a boat for first place at every single event, all 4 events and the championship. So probably going to be looking at fishing some of those. Here in the Ozarks, that's something that it's kind of rare anymore. So then bringing that back has got me really excited to fish here at home, as well as 2 or 3 other buddy circuits. So the last couple of years had a lot of fun fishing buddy circuits. So looking forward to fishing here. And like I said, got a whole box of stuff here I'm going to go through, and I'm going to let you guys know how I'm planning on this tying into my tournament fishing for the year. So I'm going to cut into this box and we'll get to it. Alrighty here, so like I said, we've got all kinds of products from GSM Outdoors here. This will get me started for the year, and then I'm sure I'll be swinging by Baitworks here in Springfield, Missouri to stock up on the stuff that I go through and have some success with. So awesome. Right in the top of the box here, we got some Big Bite Pro swimmers. February right now, Alabama rigging time here in the Ozarks. I got some 3.3s and smoky gold. That's a color I really like. Looks like we've got some 2.8 Pro swimmers here on Table Rocks, my home lake. That 2.8 size swim bait is awesome to just throw on a ball head and just reel around, treetops and just fish you see on forward facing on light line. That 2.8 size catches a lot of fish here on Table Rock and Bull Shoals. We've got a couple other Pro swimmers. Got some 3.3s and 3.8. These ones are actually the Pro Blue Red Pearl. That's actually my favorite color of all time. Those will be great on an A-rig, especially putting that 3.8 in the middle of the A-rig on your middle wire. And even at like Lake of the Ozarks, I'll throw the 3.8s the whole entire time. But that 3.3 is probably my favorite go-to Alabama rig swim bait. So we got the Pro swimmers. Ooh, been looking forward to checking these out. Big Bite Spotlight Minnow. That's been a hot topic here. This thing is awesome looking. I wasn't able, it looks like, to get the bigger size, so I'll be definitely trying to order those in the future. But as you can see, super slim profile, realistic. It's got a shad dot, eyeballs on it, and super thin tail, so it looks like that's gonna have a lot of good action to it, and a very translucent color that'll be great on table rock and bull shoals in that super clear water. This one is called Pearly Shad. Like I said, super lifelike looking. I got, let's see, Pro Blue. It's got a little more opaqueness to it, so not as quite see-through, but it'll still be awesome in clear water, probably on a cloudy day or something like that. Live Wakasagi, kind of got some pink to it. Maybe if there's a little color in the water or just for a different look, I think that'll be awesome as well. And then it looks like I got a pack of blue gizzards. Like I said, super translucent, will be awesome in clear water. So for some crankbaits, this is a new product as well. It's a Bill Lewis Hammer Flat. It's a little flat-sided crankbait. I got a couple colors here. I got the Sneaky Shad, so that'll be awesome at Lake of the Ozarks this spring for an April tournament or something like that. And then we're kicking off the Bassmaster Opens this year at Rayburn, so we got some Rayburn Red Craw, can't beat that. I'm sure there'll be some fish hopefully up on the bank, being a good opportunity to catch some of those at Rayburn on that. So pretty awesome little flat crank, good way to cover a lot of water in the springtime. Oh. I got some Dobyns rod socks. You know, I just ordered some new rods. I got a couple Dobyns Ecstasies. They're like a $600 rod, so I always get some fresh new rod socks to be able to protect that investment. That's probably the hardest thing on a rod, is just driving down the road with it wiggling around your rod box. I think that creates a weak spot sometimes, and so, like I said, protect your investment with some rod socks. Got a few of those. Okay. Got some Buckeye Shocker swim bait heads. I actually got a couple different sizes, and I actually got some light wire ones as well as the standard heavier hook size. I like to run both on the Alabama rig at times. Like if I'm at Table Rock around Sandy Timber, I'll use the light wire so I can straighten the hook out if I get hung up to get my whole A-rig back. If I'm using braid or an open water, I will use the heavier hook model. So I got some 8s and 3/16 are kind of the two that I feel like I can get by with my Alabama rigging. So Buckeye Shocker swim bait head. It's also got an awesome little keeper on it to hold that swim bait on there and get the most out of it. So it's the first time I've actually seen these, and awesome design. I think those will work really great on Alabama rig. All right, let's see here. Got a whole big bag of big bite creatures. Like I said, fishing a lot of summertime tournaments. This is a great bait. Just that big, large creature bait style. I think these are 6-inch. All green pumpkin. I think that covers a lot of stuff. You can go crazy with colors, but you gotta have green pumpkin whenever you're throwing that big creature bait in the summertime. Awesome jig trailer and awesome just on a Texas rig. So got a whole big box of those. That's one of my favorite big bite baits of all time. We got some big bite 6-inch trick sticks. 6-inch version. We've got a Bassmaster Open at Grand Lake here in late April. I'm sure there's going to be fish all over the bank, probably trying to spawn, things of that nature. Putting that thing on a wacky rig is a great technique to catch fish whenever they're shallow. I do like the 6-inch version. I can even throw that thing on a bait caster, or if I throw it on a spinning rod, I can use a little heavier leader, and that heavier bait will be able to be fished efficiently and honestly a little quicker than a lighter finesse bait. But you can still have that finesse presentation, so I really like that. Let's see here. I got some 4-inch big bite creatures. Great bait for Carolina rigging and putting on the back of a jig for a smaller profile. But Carolina rigging is why I ordered these. It's an excellent bait, very popular bait to throw in a Carolina rig, along with the 6-inch version as well. Yeah, a couple other big bite baits here. Let's see. For one, oh, the McMoney jig. I haven't actually not seen one of these, so I'm gonna get this thing out of the package and see what we think here. By looking at it online, it looks like a very good all-around jig. It's got a good bait keeper on it. It's got a light wire hook, but it's still really, really stout and kind of a recessed eye, and man, that'll be an awesome shape jig head for just about everything. I'm sure that'll come through cover really well, and the hook's stout enough you could even flip it around a rock or in a bush or something. Got a good weed guard on it, and a hand-tied skirt, so yeah, upon first impression, I'm pretty impressed with the McMoney jig. I got the, let's see, 1099 color. It's kind of black and blue with green pumpkin belly. I'm really impressed with this jig. I think that'll work out just fine, so awesome. Next big bite bait I've got here is the 4-inch Tour flipping tube. Just a big bulky tube. Like I said, we're going to Grand Lake in April, so if the lake's high, I'm sure it'll be an absolute flipping fest, and I love flipping a tube. I think that will be an awesome presentation to probably even win the tournament if the lake's high. So kind of trying to plan ahead. I think that'll be a great presentation to catch a bunch of fish if the lake's high. Oh, you guys will like this one. Got some big bite baits, crappie baits. Everybody likes crappie fishing this time of year, so I got some 2-inch fat grubs. Actually caught a bunch of crappie on this before. Just throwing to them, with or without live scope is a great presentation. And then I got some 2-inch crappie minnows in the blue pearl pepper. Whenever they don't want the action of the grub, just a regular minnow is a great way to catch them, and that is a very popular color, and definitely get you a lot of crappie caught with that bait. So 2-inch crappie minnow. Gotta have crappie baits. Let's see, next thing on the list here. Got a whole package of Buckeye football mop jigs, 1/2 ouncers. Let's see here. Summertime on into the fall, great way to catch fish offshore. And yeah, 1/2 ounce football jig, can't go wrong. You can put the big bite creature on the back of it. This jig is awesome. It's got a good profile to it. It's got, you know, mixed round rubber and some silicone in the belly of the bait. It's got a good powder painted head and good weed guard, super strong hook. It's still light wire, but doesn't flex a whole lot. That's one of my favorite jigs for throwing in the summer and fall, for sure. So got a whole bag of those. Looking forward to throwing those this summer. Let's see, next on the list is I got a Dobyns baitcaster reel. I actually ordered one of these last year to try them, and it worked out really good. So I got some, this is a 7-2-1. It's just a bait casting reel. It's actually surprisingly smooth, and threw it a lot this year, so hey, might as well order another one. It's a good looking reel too, so it matches a lot of the rods, and super smooth, casts really, really well. So got one of those in the box here, looking forward to using that. Never seen this bait before, so we've got the new Bill Lewis DR24. That is a big old crankbait. We've got a Kentucky Lake Bassmaster Open coming up in mid-May, so hopefully the fish will be offshore. Never fished Kentucky Lake, but from what I've seen, you know, it's like a ledge fest, so that big crankbait will probably be coming into play there. And then we also have Rayburn coming up, and everything you've seen on Rayburn in the early spring like this is chartreuse blueback, big crankbait, and this DR24 is awesome upon first impression here. So I'm gonna open it up and get it out of the package and see what we think here. Big crankbaits have been kind of, you know, all the rage the last few years, and yeah, this seems like a really high quality bait. Got an awesome paint job on it. Really impressed with that, and I'm sure that thing will get down there and catch them. It's got some really good hooks on it as well. That one's a chartreuse blueback, and then I thought this color looked really, really good on the baits.com, so chartreuse purple. So looking forward to throwing both of these. Really big crankbait. Love catching on a big crankbait. This is something I'm really excited about, the Cuda line stripper. This is the first one I've ever had. I've seen lots of videos on them. No more having to pull all your line off rods. You can just stick it right through there, hit the button, and it strips your reels for you. That'll save a lot of time and a lot of extra energy from having to pull all the line off. So I am ready to throw some batteries in this thing and use them this year. It'll save me a lot of time in preparing for all these tournaments. So that'll be great. I got some big bite suicide shads. You know, summertime, you can throw it on a heavy jig head. That big shocker head would be a great pairing for this. And then also we're going to the Mississippi River in June, so I could put this on a belly weighted hook with a blade on it and reel it right through the grass. This thing's got a lot of detail in it, all the way from the eyes, shad dots. Got a great paint job on the back, and they're super durable as well. So I've actually caught a lot of fish on these here in the past. So I definitely have to stock up on some 5-inch big bite suicide shads. So looking forward to throwing those. Next thing on the list here, let's grab a handful of stuff here. We've got big bite wobble heads. Like I said, going to Grand in April. if the water's not high in April, that is the home of the wobblehead. So put maybe a fighting frog on that. That'll be a great presentation to go down the bank and cover a lot of water, catch a lot of fish. Big bite kamikaze swim-ons, chatterbait fishing here in the Ozarks. We got early Lake of the Ozarks, Grand Lake, Table Rock if the water's muddy. That's a great chatterbait trailer. I got pearl. Actually got some, I'm sure I got some green pumpkin and black and blue in there. Those cover a lot of my chatterbait fishing, and that is one of my favorite chatterbait trailers. So got stocked up on that. This is actually the first time I've ever seen these. They've been around forever, but I figured Grand Lake in April, there's liable to be fish all over the bed. So the big bite warmouth, I got the green bluegill color, and I think that is going to be deadly on bedding fish. We've got a lot of detail in this in the paint job on it. Got big eyeballs on it. So upon first impression, I think that's gonna be an awesome bedding bait. So big bite warmouth. Looking forward to using those if the fish are on the bed this spring. This is the first as well. I've got some big bite fighting craws. This is a new bait for last year. I actually got 4 different colors. I got the pearl white. Be a great sight fishing bait, probably even a good swim jig or chatterbait trailer. And then I've got the this green pumpkin. That'll be a great flipping bait, jig trailer, something like that. And then I had to get the tilapia color. You know, green pumpkin's great on a cloudy day. If you get some sun, you know, on the back of a jig or something, that tilapia color is an excellent color. And then if you're gonna have a jig trailer, you gotta have black blue flake. So I'll get one of these out and show it to you guys. As, like I said, new bait for big bite baits as of last year. So got a good profile to it. Got some kicking legs on it. Have some action to it, and then they're pretty thin, just like the fighting frogs. So they'll have a lot of action. I'm sure that'll be a big time fish catcher. So like I said, looking forward to throwing that on the back of a jig or just putting it on a Texas rig and flipping it. So that'll be a good one. Let's see here. I got a bunch of Buckeye G-Stroll jig heads. Like I said, we're going to Kentucky Lake. Hopefully there'll be some fish around on stumps where you can live scope them with a big minnow. That is a forward-facing friendly tournament, so I get a bunch of them. Let's see here. I got some 1/4 ounce with a 2/0 for maybe a smaller minnow. This is actually the new black, kind of matte black, stealth kind of color jig head. That's kind of a new trend, I guess, in the forward-facing game. So had to get some of those to try it out. You know, they're seeing a lot of minnows, and maybe that matte black will be kind of an advantage for them not seeing a bright, shiny head. So I got some, let's see, 1/8 ounce if the fish are shallow, obviously. And then I also got some big, heavy 1/2 ouncers with a 2/0 hook for maybe if we're at Table Rock this spring and the fish are deep and you need a small bait. That 2/0 hook looks to be about the right size for the small spotlight minnow. So got all kinds of different sizes and colors. Got some here. This is a 1/4 ounce with a 3/0 hook for the bigger minnows. Like I said, Kentucky Lake, 5-inch minnow, 6-inch, maybe even a 7-inch minnow would be great for that. So got some with a bigger hook as well. So we've got everything covered as far as the Buckeye G-Stroll goes for all the forward-facing tournaments. Got a big bag of, let's see, fighting frogs. We got this is a Tilapia Magic. That is probably the most popular color. That'll be great at Grand Lake if the fish are on beds. For some reason, that color kind of triggers them a little bit. And then it's also a good flipping bait. And, you know, probably even put it on the back of a jig if you wanted to. But the reason I ordered these were for sight fishing at Grand Lake and flipping if the bushes are in the water. So that'll be a great bait. Fighting frog is awesome. Also, it's great on that wobblehead, like I said. Great for just reeling around the bottom. And I'm sure that color would be great for that as well. See here, got more 6-inch creatures and tilapia. It's an awesome color they have for summertime fishing. Really looking forward to seeing these. This is the first time I've seen these, so my favorite way of all time to catch a bass is on a spinnerbait, and we got some Buckeye Lures Select spinnerbaits. This thing looks awesome. I got a 1/2 ounce chartreuse and white here. Got a lot of detail on the blades. Kind of has like a little reflective film on it to give it more flash. I really like that. It's going to set it apart from all the other spinnerbaits they're going to see throughout the course of the year. We've got an April Lake of the Ozarks tournament. I'll definitely be throwing this one for sure. Looks like it's got a good size hook on it, good wire. I like the way they packaged it to kind of keep the skirt intact right there. It's got a hand-tied skirt, so that's awesome. I cannot wait to throw those. Got another 1/2 ouncer. This is the oyster color, kind of a bone off-white color. Same deal, got good looking blades on it, got a lot of detail on them, and I think that'll be a different color they just haven't seen a whole lot of. Let's see, white spinnerbait, awesome here in the Ozarks. Probably be good at Grand Lake in April as well. And then they also have a 3/4, got a couple of those as well. That's also the oyster color. I really kind of like the way that looked on there. Like I said, it'll be a different look than just every white and chartreuse spinnerbait they're gonna see, but fishing here in the Ozarks, gotta have a 3/4. It looks like that's got a little bit bigger blade, probably a size 5 on the back. So I think that is a awesome looking spinnerbait. Got a good hook in it, and I love catching them on a spinnerbait. That'll be a good one. Next thing, I got some Dobyns D-nails. These are 1/8 ounce. So one of my goals for the year is to learn how to catch them on a Nico rig, and I had to have some nail weight, so I saw Dobyns had some. I did go with some 1/8 ounce ones because I'm impatient. I want to be able to fish it faster than everyone else. So Dobyns D-nail looks like a awesome nail weight to throw in a Nicarama worm and throw that thing around this spring. Like I said, it's a goal of mine to learn how to catch them on that bait and get a lot of confidence in it this spring. So in the EQs on the Bassmaster Opens, the first one's on Lake Norfolk, so I had to order a Bill Lewis baby bubbler. This is the first time I've seen this bait, little kind of plopper style bait. Lake Norfolk's really clear, and fishing shallow, covering a lot of water is a good way to catch them if they're on that kind of pattern. So had to get a Bill Lewis baby bubbler, small plopper style bait. Really looking forward to this fall and throwing this bait a lot. We're in the month of February. March is just around the corner. Prime time to be throwing a jerkbait. Got a couple of Bill Lewis scope sticks. Got a 120 size in the Phantom Purple. That's an awesome jerkbait color. One of my buddies throws that a lot, so I had to order one, try it out. I do like that 120 size. It's a little bit bigger than the standard jerkbaits that everyone's going to throw. And then I had to get this green gizzard scope stick 100. Awesome color. Caught a lot of fish on it this last year, so I had to get a couple more of those as well. And then G-Man balling out jig from Buckeye. That's a 1/2 ounce. I actually got the peach slice color, kind of green pumpkin with a little orange in the belly. Got a good hook in it. You can throw it on a little heavier line than you're used to with the finesse jig. So that'll be good for about everything on the schedule. I'm sure they'll bite at Kentucky Lake in May, Grand Lake, probably even Rayburn if you really wanted to try it, and then Mississippi River in a pinch. I'm sure they'll bite that thing with a little small kamikaze crawl or something on the back. But really like this jig, like the beefier hook in it. Looking forward to pitching that thing around as well. A couple other things here. I got some big bite suicide shads. I got the blue gizzard color, got a whole package of them. A lot of realism to this bait. Got a good shad dot on it. Eyeballs, awesome bait for Alabama rigging in Clearwater. Gonna be fishing Table Rock probably a little bit this spring. So Alabama rig in the Clearwater with that added realism on the suicide shad will be a good one. So looking forward to throwing those around, probably even on a jig head as well. And then I got one more pack of 6-inch creature baits in the 1099 color. Kind of a green pumpkin with a black blue back on it. Got a lot of contrast to it. And that is an awesome summertime bait. So all stocked up on those and ready for some summertime fishing with that. So thanks for hanging in here and checking this out. Got a lot of good products here. If you like anything you see here, go over to baitworks.com and check them out. They carry almost all this stuff, and I'm looking forward to having a great season. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned. I'm going to be doing some tournament wrap-up videos from all the Bassmaster Opens, so I look forward to talking to you guys then. Thanks for watching.